Hey you guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here today for another spring/Easter decorate with me. We're starting off with just wiping everything down really good. My backsplash, everything in the kitchen that I haven't touched in a long time. To be honest, I rarely wipe down my backsplash. I should do it more often, but most of the time I do it during whenever I'm switching decor for seasons and stuff like that. So we're starting off with that. If you're new here, we've been doing a series of spring/Easter decorating on my channel. We kicked it off with a guest bedroom, huge transformation. Then we did my dining room. There was new furniture there. And now we're doing my kitchen. And following this video, I'm so excited to finally share with you guys the living room transformation. As you know, if you follow me on Instagram, then you already know, and if you don't, you need to, because I leave all the sneak peeks on my Instagram on these highlights under new house. But yeah, we're doing a DIY shiplap wall as I'm speaking. We're literally finishing it tomorrow. So we already installed everything. Then we have to paint, add the shelving, add the lighting, and then we have new furniture. We have a ton of DIYs going on, so you're not going to want to miss that. And then of course, after we do all the big changes, then I'm also going to be decorating for spring and Easter in there. So you're just not going to want to miss it. I hope that you guys stay tuned and turn on your notifications. And if you're not already, subscribe so you don't miss all that exciting stuff coming up. But now that we clean the kitchen, we're going to start decorating soon, so I'll catch up with you guys when that starts.
How many smiles does it take to be happy? How many times do you have to feel lonely before you get the chance to meet someone, before you get to meet someone?
So I'm starting off where I always start off. I like to work my way around the countertops, and I always start off in this little section. I'm putting this serving board that I already had there. I did switch up a ton. I no longer have my coffee maker on the countertop, so I switched up a ton in here. You'll see that. But I'm just putting my oil there, my little mortar and pestle, whatever you call it, guys. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but I'm putting that there. That's from Home Goods. The tray is from Target, and then I'm just adding a little plant that I had already from last year's spring, from I think this was Threshold. And then I'm gonna add two little bunnies that I had on my tier tray last year from the Target dollar spot. I used new ones on my tier tray. If you watched last week's video, I used the gold ones that they had. But my goal for the kitchen this season was to not go overboard on the bunnies and stuff like that. I wanted to just have just enough of a hint of Easter, so that when Easter is done, I can just pull down all the bunnies and leave all the greenery and florals up, and it'll work for summer, because I'm so tired of changing decor every season. So I really went minimal, and I'm in love with it. Next, I'm just adding, this is actually a planter from Hobby Lobby. If you guys are not new here, then you know that I use these in my guest bedroom with Christmas trees in them on my nightstand. So I'm using them here now that I have lamps in my guest bedroom. And I love it because I used to have the smaller one that's from Hearth and Hand, and it's white, and I'm learning that because my kitchen is all white, I no longer want white pieces of decor. I need things to really contrast it. So I added that there with all my wooden utensils. And then if you guys can remember, this corner that I'm about to decorate used to have my coffee maker, and I took it out. I put it on my open shelving just because it just took up a lot of space that I wanted to use for decor, and we don't drink coffee. We literally just had it for our guests, so I went ahead and put that on my open shelving so it could look kind of like decor, but like lived in decor. I could pull it down whenever guests come over. And this painting, this frame is from Target. I already had it. I took out the glass, and then I added this painting that I downloaded from Etsy, and I kind of did the Mod Podge little trick where you paint that glue on top, and then it hardens and it looks like it's actually painted. So I did that. I'm loving the landscape type of wall art and shelf art. I'm gonna put a lot of that in my open shelving that we're doing in the living room as well. This riser is from the Target dollar spot from last year, and then I'm just adding my glass jar, and I'm going to fill it with the Mayor's lemon bars that I also baked with you guys last week. In this video, I'm not baking them with you guys. I made them the night before and I had them in the fridge. I love these. They're already gone, and I feel like they add such a fresh lemony pop of spring to any kitchen decor. And again, I always tell you guys this, that baked goods and cookies and stuff like that are really, really inexpensive ways to decorate your kitchen.
That I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. Hey, I wish I could show you more, 'cause baby you deserve some more. But still you're here and that's what I adore. Should've told you straight away everything I have to say, but I'm afraid, and I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go. Put your arms around me and I'll let you know how it feels when time goes slow. And I won't let it rush when I see you dance, and the moment comes when I fall and time goes slow. I fall into you. I fall into you. I fall into you. It's a hard thing to know that your soul will stay hollow. Even if I know that nothing lasts forever.
Next, I'm adding a cutting board. These are wooden cutting boards from Hobby Lobby, their spring section. I got them last year, but they have them this year again. They have an entire like wooden utensils, cutting boards, spoons section. And I'm just gonna add my Hearth and Hand tins back. One is coffee, one is honey, and one is sugar. I always have them. And then I'm just gonna add a little plant from, I think, Hearth and Hand or Threshold. I always get them confused, but I love it. And having a plant by the windowsill is like the ultimate spring staple. But you guys are gonna notice that I decorate with cutting boards a lot. My husband always gets frustrated when I buy a new cutting board, because he's like, how many cutting boards do you need? And you can't even use any of them. Like, it's so funny. They don't get it, that it's just purely for decor.
Maybe he'll listen someday. I know it.
Next, I'm creating another cutting board moment, because you know I had to have some cutting boards laid out on my backsplash. So I'm adding these books. I wish I had coffee books. What am I saying? Cooking books, but I used all of them on my open shelving that you'll see. I have 3 cooking books. I need to work up my collection so that I could use them on my countertops as well. But for now, I just use these 3 thrifted books from Goodwill, and then I have my 2 cutting boards. One is from Hobby Lobby, and the smaller rectangle one is from Home Goods. I'm gonna add this Hobby Lobby vase that I got half off, and these Hobby Lobby faux baby's breath as well that I am loving. I'm loving baby's breath and hydrangeas, like even daisies, like anything that's white florals or light and airy florals for spring. I'm loving that this year. You guys will see that in my living room as well. And then I'm also just gonna add this bunny from the Target dollar spot.
There we go. There we go.
Then of course I have to add my cake stand. I just have a plain old cake that I baked the night before. I wasn't feeling up to doing my usual like naked cake that I do with you guys, and I always get questions about this cake stand. It was a clearance Home Good find years ago, so they do have beautiful cake stands in Home Goods, but for now, you guys, I have no link. I'm sorry. Now I'm just adding my favorite kitchen towels ever that I found at Home Goods last year. I don't think I'll ever find any other spring or Easter kitchen towels that I love more than these. They are the perfect balance between neutral and rustic, but then a little bit of whimsical because of the bunnies. And you guys know I don't like whimsical decor, but I love these because they are just the perfect balance.
Yes, you've been here before. You closed the door. Now I don't know what to say. I expect you to leave.
For the center of my island, another cutting board moment. You guys know I've been using this cutting board as a tray for the longest. If you haven't noticed, I love cutting boards. I love wooden tones in my kitchen. And then again, trying to change up the vibes in here. I used to have a white vase in here for a couple of seasons, and I finally found a darker one that kind of looks like that stone clay texture from Home Goods. And it was so inexpensive, so I grabbed it, and then I'm adding this faux asparagus from Hobby Lobby that I've had since last year. I think it's the perfect spring greenery, and it kind of offsets all the other florals that I'm gonna have going on.
'Cause baby, you stayed on the ground while I was high.
I also found this huge kind of stone looking bunny. It's really heavy, and I was so shocked when I turned it upside down and seen that it was only $12.99. So I picked it up right away, and I wasn't planning to use it here, but I didn't use it where I thought I would, and I'm so glad that I didn't because it looks perfect in the middle of this island. And then this candle is literally the best smelling candle that I've smelled in my entire life. I wasn't going to pick it up when I seen that it was $12.99. I like to go under the $10 mark for candles from Home Goods, but when I opened the lid and I smelled it, I had to pick it up. You guys, if you see this at Home Goods, pick it up. Now moving on to our DIY open shelving. This gave me a run for my money. This is the first season since I've had these that I had no idea what to do with here, but I did know I wanted to go minimal. I didn't want to have to change the entire thing for summer, just pull down the bunnies and leave it. So I went for a more lived in look. I'm adding my cooking book to the first shelf with the stand from Hearth and Hand, I believe. And then I'm also going to add some florals from Hobby Lobby with a threshold vase on that first shelf.
With no big worries, and I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me. Don't wanna care about that.
I found this canister at Home Goods and I love it. So I went ahead and put it on top of my cooking books. And then for the center of this shelf, I added this little riser with my pie dish. I was going for the more lived-in look, but I didn't like it at all. So it did not stay like this. I will show you guys a picture in a bit of how it stayed. I ended up finding a piece of wall decor that said, if you feed them, they will come, and a little bunny that I had on my countertops last year. I originally didn't find it. The bin was lost, and then I found it, so I put that in the center. This wooden cutting board that's in the shape of a bunny is from the Target dollar spot, and I'm so happy that I got my hands on it because, as you guys know, there's a $20 one in their kitchen section, and this looks almost identical. And then this little jar with the bunny on top is from Hobby Lobby last year, and I just added it next to my coffee maker. As you guys can see, again, we're going for that lived-in look. I have more practical things that I actually use up here more than decor. And then this little, I don't even know, I think it's a berry dish or something like that, is from the Target dollar spot.
Don't wanna care about them, though it hurts.
The last thing I'm gonna do is add this basket from Hobby Lobby with some hydrangeas in there to my back door. This back door opens to a little hallway, and then there's another back door, but when we have this one closed, this will be showing, so I love it. But after this, you guys, I'll be showing you guys the end shots. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys stay tuned for next week's video. You guys, I'm so excited to show you the reveal. If you're not already subscribed, I hope that you decide to click that red subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next one, God willing, as always.